Whether or not 60 people have been killed in the Kajuru local government area in Kaduna State has remained a talking point across the country. The pronouncement was made by the state governor, Nasir El-Rufai, with a swift counter from different quarters. Our correspondent in Kaduna State, Tessa Makande, was in Kajuru to get the facts firsthand. His report.
I arrived Maraban Kajuru in the local government at 8 a.m. began my investigation.
No, anybody can answer me. It's not true.
The people told me all they knew was that 11 people were killed at Ungwambardi, a hard-to-reach community from where we were. They advised against going with our vehicle, so I employed services of local motorcyclists to take us to the community. We began the journey, meandering rough paths, going down valleys, climbing hills and crossing rivers. Several times we had to go off the motorcycles for a smooth sail. The journey continued on motorcycles for over an hour, and finally we arrived in Ungwambardi. We were welcomed by the locals who were on hand to share with us their knowledge about the killings. Bullet shots on doors and machete swipes dot the landscape. On the walls of the houses are pictures of those who were slain that Sunday.
This is the first house that was attacked on Sunday night. The owner, Gwamna Abba, and his first son, Philemon, were killed that night. His wife, Juliana, and another son, Sandy, were wounded and are now receiving medical attention in hospital.
My quest continued, and to help my investigation, the governor soon arrived to Kajuru. I was told he was heading to where the 66 were killed. But before then, he stopped by at Kaswan Magani, where he engaged opinion leaders in the area. The journey to the burial sites of the 66 then continued. And again, it took over 2 hours of meandering rough paths, going down valleys and climbing hills. We finally arrived around 6 p.m. to Ruga Wakili, with a stench welcoming us and an army of flies. They had been feasting and enjoying blood stains in this valley. It was here the locals told us their loved ones were buried. But they told us the number is far beyond 66, as announced by the authorities. But senior security personnel told us the number is 66, with those who fled still deserted.
As far as we are concerned, what we reported was 66, comprising male, female, and children.
Burial sites seen, and we began our journey out of the hinterland. We arrived at the state capital, and I engaged the governor on some questions that have remained on the lips of many. Among them was the delay in his pronouncement about the deaths until Friday, which was the eve of the presidential and National Assembly election, now shifted to 23rd February. And El-Rufai had this to tell me.
We got this information Friday morning from the Nigerian army, and we made it public because we were afraid that if we kept quiet, if the Fulani communities do not understand that we have the information as government and we are doing something about it, there was likely going to be reprisals, and we wanted to avoid that.
It's been verified that lives have been lost in the area, with different sides having varying figures. Some of the people at Kajuru confessed that there were attacks and reprisals.
That same Sunday night, yes, that is what we know, and that is the news we receive.
Okay, from Ungwambardi.
Since that very day, yes.
Everything happened.
That is what I know.
On Sunday night?
Yes.
The prayer of residents in the state and more, especially those in the rural areas, is for improved religious tolerance and security of lives and property. They believe that only then will a better Kaduna emerge. Tessa Makande, TVC News, Kaduna.